Hello, I'm happy you're here. I've been waiting for Sunrise on the Reaping from my library for so long, but right now I'm feeling kind of like in a reading slump. I picked up the book 2 weeks ago. It finally came in. I have it, it's in my possession. Have not cracked it because I've been reading like 3 or 4 other books. I'm just not in a groove. I'm also feeling kind of burnt out and overwhelmed. It's starting to get down to the end of the school year. My kids' activities schedules are wild. My schedule is wild. And it's just all kind of coming to a point where reading is gonna kind of have to take a back seat. Even though I have so many library books checked out at the moment, there's so many things that I want to be reading, but something has to be put on pause for a little bit. So it's gonna be reading, unfortunately. However, I requested this book when there was still like 150 other people also waiting for this book. And there are currently 100 people waiting on this book to come in. So I went to try to renew it, and I can't renew it because there are so many holds out for this book, which means I have to read it in 3 days. I have to get over the reading slump, the schedule, the chaos of the time right now, and read. I think that I'll be able to burn through it. So we're going to try to meet the deadline. This is a book that I would be willing to buy to add to my collection because I have all of the other ones. So I guess at the end of the day, if I don't finish this copy, I could still go buy it, I guess. But where's the thrill in that? Where's the challenge? So we're going to try to read this book 3 days and see if I can manage to work around my schedule to make that happen. See if my children will let that happen as well. See, one day I will get this book and we'll slot it right in here. I'm thinking I'd probably also go for a paperback, which I don't know that the paperbacks are out yet. I have only one in hardcover. All of these are secondhand except for this one. This one was an impulse buy because I was going camping and I didn't have anything to read. I forgot my book, so we ended up stopping at like Walmart and I bought this on a whim. So I'm thinking I'll probably stick to the paperbacks when I do finally get a copy, and then with any luck I can find it at like a secondhand bookstore, but I don't know about that. I'm a little over a quarter of the way done. I'm just now starting chapter 8. We're getting the full image of what Haymitch was before the original Hunger Games book. We're understanding a little bit more of his backstory. He was never a drinker, never a gambler, and there's a lot of interaction with Poppy's having a good time today. Oh, you too, huh? There's a lot of interaction with Plutar, which I think is very interesting. A lot of like foreshadowing for that relationship. So we know how that kind of goes later on when we get into the Hunger Games portion of the series, the original, the first 3. I would be so interested to watch somebody read the Hunger Games for the first time, but starting in like the chronological order instead of release order, like starting with Of Songbirds and Snakes, Sunrise on the Reaping, and then the Hunger Games. What? It's a little difficult to sit and get anything done at the moment. We're gonna try to get a few more chapters done before I have to do my daily tasks. And I can't do any recording because I got a goon. I'm on 218. I am at the start of chapter 16 and we are fully in the Hunger Games now. We are in the arena, shots are being fired, kids are gone, we don't know who, it's all up in the air, and we're on our arena mission, we're following our arena plan. Then we've realized we've made a little bit of an error. I want to finish this book today. I'm about 56-57% of the way through. I think that if I buckle down, I could probably stay up late and finish this today. Maybe, we'll see, because I have to return it tomorrow. Tomorrow is like it has to go back to the library, and that won't be until the afternoon, so I'm hoping to make at least 85% to 90% of the way through, because then I can polish off the last little bit in the morning. But if we can get that far, I'll be very happy. The wait that I had to get this book and the fact that I can't renew it at the library is getting me out of a little bit of a reading funk, reading slump situation. You hear my kiddo playing under the porch in the dirt. It's a beautiful day. Perfect spring weather. Sun's out, there's a breeze, no humidity. It's gorgeous. Let's keep reading. It was such a runaround day yesterday that I didn't quite get to my... Why are you so crooked? I didn't quite manage to get to my like 85% of the way through this. I did get to about 76, so we've got 100-ish roughly pages to go, and it has to go back today. And I also have a little bit of a runaround morning with like kiddo swim lessons, and I have to get ready for my afternoon as well, and I gotta go to the grocery store, so there's just like a lot of things on the list to do. And I'm on page 287, so we're at like end-ish of the actual games. We've got him and one other person kind of traveling around in the arena at the moment, and there's a few careers still poking around, and it's kind of like that what's gonna happen moment. They're like right in the middle of an encounter with a mutt. We are going to read for about, I think, 30 minutes this morning. Should help me a little bit. Hopefully we don't return this book late, because I will. If I'm only have 40 pages to go, I will wait the extra day. Is that kind? Maybe not, but I'm finishing this book. Sorry to my library, but I promise I'll bring it back. What? Okay, I'm gonna have some thoughts. I think I'm going to like mull it over for a little bit, but I did it. I did it in time. We finished the book, and I can take it back to the library today on time and everything, even though it is literally so close to me having to leave my house. So I will sit on this, and then I will talk a little bit about my thoughts on it. Eventually I will buy my own copy. I think we talked about this a little bit, but I think I'm gonna wait for the paperback before I buy a copy of this, so I can have the whole set. But okay, so I've had the day to kind of think about Sunrise on the Reaping. I have watched a few videos talking about Sunrise on the Reaping. I did like this book. I did enjoy this book. I just want to say that up front. But because we know Haymitch from the other 3 books, you expect that he is going to have a very traumatic experience in his games. And what do you know? He sure did. So I feel like that stuff didn't hit super hard for me, and also because I was trying to meet that library deadline, I think I was kind of rushing through the end because I had somewhere to be and I had to return this book. So I don't know if I gave myself enough time to absorb it or what the case really was. Overall, I would say it was like a 3.5, 3.75 experience for me, but I would love to see this on the screen. I think that this book will translate so well to movie form. I think it's got enough information. It's not super long. It could really emphasize the action of it. I think it would be a decent 2-hour length-ish movie. So that's it for the spoiler-free portion. I am going to now jump into some spoilers, so if that's not something that you want to listen to, Maybe I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, and then we'll see you in the next video. But if you're here for spoilers, let's talk about some stuff. So for the ending bit, I think after Lenore Dove was poisoned, obviously like so devastating, like Haymitch just buried his mother and his brother. He already feels like such despair, like he's done this to them, and now Lenore Dove dies in his arms, and they're so heartbreaking, and I can't imagine like that scenario is just awful and devastating. I did not catch myself crying in this book at all, unfortunately. Like I like a book that will bring me to tears, but none of the deaths hit me that hard. Like, we know what the Hunger Games is at this point. We know that Haymitch must have a really dramatic backstory, tries to drown all of his memories out from what we already know about him. But the ending bit, when we're kind of going through the timeline after Lenore Dove dies, felt very choppy to me. So obviously we're trying to like fade in, fade out of like him like kind of processing what's happened. Like, he's lost everyone that he cares about. He pushes away his friends because he doesn't want anything to happen to them, and he just wants to be alone now. He just wants to not feel like he's going to burden or hurt somebody else. But with the song lyrics breaking everything up, I felt very disconnected to what the story part was. But obviously that's like trying to help like the transition between the time, but it just didn't really work for me to be able to connect with what was happening to Haymitch. And because that's the way the last chapter was set up, with the song lyrics interspersed with his terrible like feeling and realization and everything like that, when the epilogue came around, it just did nothing for me. I didn't feel much about it at all, even though like it's a lovely idea that even though he didn't succeed in the second quarter quell to effectively take down the capital, he was building towards that. He was able to lay foundation unwittingly for Katniss to be the one who does it later. And that epilogue just kind of like encompasses the three of them, that even though like their journeys 26 years apart, 20 to 25, right? Because she's there for the 74th and he's the 50th. So the 24 to 25 years between the two worked together for that to be successful for Katniss, and they all got to have that benefit, reap the benefits, if you will, of them working together 25 years apart. Which I like the idea of that, but it just didn't hit because I was so distracted with the song lyrics from the last chapter. And I liked the song lyrics. I liked in Ballad the way the songs came to life in the movie. That's why I would also really love the movie to come out, because I really loved the music that they were able to put to the lyrics from the book for Ballad. So I would love to see that in Sunrise as well. I'm much more a book person over a movie. I think that this is going to be one of those instances where the movie is going to really take the story and elevate it. Instead of just adapting it, I think it's going to elevate the story a bit more for me personally. But I did enjoy it. Like I said, I gave it a 3.5, 3.75 experience. I didn't get those emotions out of me that the original Hunger Games did, but it did make me want to reread the Hunger Games, and with this new background knowledge from the prequels. But that is my overall thoughts. Let me know if you guys have read it, what you guys think of it, what was your experience of it. Are you looking forward to seeing a movie adaptation? Because I think that I am. I'm pretty interested in that. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.